And today what in my session is about the rules and regulations that you have to follow in college and classroom during examination, etc. Now there is no need for this session because you have already been following rules and regulations in schools, etc. But what we want to emphasize is that sometimes students think that when they come to college, they don't have to follow rules. But we just want to tell you that it's not like that. When you in college also, you have to follow, you have to obey certain rules and regulations. So let me just yes. So let us see. So this session is about do's and don'ts in public places, classroom, examination, and college premises. So let us start with good manners. All of you agree that one should have good manners. What is the advantage of having good manners? It will immediately create a positive impact on others. One problem that students face whenever you enter a new environment, one problem that you face is that now all of you have come to new college, new classroom, have to make new friends. That is one problem that you encounter. And you feel that others are not accepting you. You are not part of the group. So it is right time to think about it. If you want others to accept you, then one thing that is essential for you is having good manners. If you have good manners, it will create a positive impact on others. And it will make your job easy. Others will find it easier to accept you. Whoever is having good manners, it is difficult for others to accept you. So let us see what are the good manners. And I think this one sums it up. Show respect towards others. When you show respect towards others, it will encompass all other qualities. You show respect to others. And when I say show respect to others, it is not only to your teachers. It is your teachers, it is to each and every one in your classroom. So look at the next point, never differentiate people. Never ever differentiate people. All of you are of different types, all of you come from different backgrounds. You are of, now most of you have come from 10th standard and some of you could be after 12th also. Then one thing that you differentiate, you know what I say? Before I say itself, you know that. Someone who can speak English and not speak English. Someone who can speak your mother tongue, who cannot speak your mother tongue. You start differentiating from there. Please don't do that, okay? Everyone has come from different backgrounds. So please go back to the first one, show respect towards others. Then the next point is the same as show equal regard to everyone. The other person may be from your community, from your language, or it could be different. But show equal regard to everyone. Then look at the next point. Can you read, everyone? Those who are sitting at the back, can you read see the modesty, humility, kindness, and courtesy are the essential traits of a well-behaving person. What do you mean by modesty? Modesty, humility. Both these things you can sum it up in being humble. You don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be arrogant about anything. You don't have to be arrogant about your marks. You don't have to be arrogant about your money. You don't have to be arrogant about your fashion sense. Nothing. Be humble in every aspect. Look at the last point. A well-behaved person never feels proud or arrogant and always take care of the feelings of others. That comes in the first part. Show respect towards others. So you show respect towards others means you take care of the feelings of others. So if you are in that situation, suppose you are already formed a group. Now, one situation that can arise in your classroom is that you have already formed a group and one girl joins late. You have already started class and then one girl, for some reason, she has joined late. And immediately, are you going to isolate her? Or are you going to include her in your group? What will you do? Will you isolate her? Don't do that. Put yourself in that person's shoes. What will you do if you are in that situation? So try to include that person. Okay. Now, next slide is must have good manners. These are some of the traits which are a must, which will help you as you go along your studies. Now, this is your, right now you are only getting to know each other. And yours is a long time, 3 or 4 years you are going to be together with each other. So you will have to get to know each other, and some point or the other, you are going to work together. You are going to work together in group. You could be doing your projects or assignments or internship, etc. So you have to get along with each other. So if you have these traits, it will help you to get along with each other. So look at some traits are a must, and which are they? The habit of sharing things to others. Do you share your things with each other? There will be many occasions when you have to share your stationery things. You have your pen, pencil and all the essentials, and at that time you will have to share your things with each other. But there is also another point. Some girls are forever borrowing. Okay, you cannot borrow every time. Once or twice others are going to share with you. But don't expect others to take care of your needs every time. Then look at the next point. Being helpful, polite and humble to others in every possible way. Being helpful. Suppose, look at one scenario. One of your classmates is absent. One of your classmates is absent for some days due to some sickness. So when she comes back, she has missed those many days classes. And when you miss the classes, you know what happened. The teacher comes and teaches, and you do not know what happens in the class. Are you willing to help such a person? How will you help such a person? If somebody is absent and comes after many days, how will you help that person? You will tell her to? You will tell her what all things have been taught in the class. You will give her notes. Anyone from here? What will you do? If one of your classmates is absent for many days, how can you help her? Yes. Yes. So there are many ways you can share your notes. Now, even before sharing your notes, yes, you girls are from? Please come. You are from which department? You are from which department? Please sit. Some of you can sit on the, yeah. So you can sit. Please go and sit. Okay. For those who have come late, we are discussing do's and don'ts in public places, college, classroom, essentially the rules that you have to follow in college. And first we are seeing what are about manners, what are the good manners. And look at the third point, must use the words sorry, please, thank you, excuse me. Please do that. Please do that. When please use these words. Okay, you are running along the corridor, you cannot just go and hit someone and run away like that. By chance, if you hit someone, then immediately say sorry. And if you want to go ahead, say excuse me. Respect others' property. Yes, take care of others' property also. Being responsible and self-dependent. You have to be responsible. And what do you mean by responsible? What do you mean by responsible? Can anyone say? What do you mean by responsible? Being responsible. You have to be responsible for your things, your bag, your books, your money, etc. Not only that, you have to be responsible for your actions. Not only for material things, you have to be responsible for your actions. And that is a very important thing in life. You are old enough to own up responsibility. Whatever you do, be responsible for that. Again, we are coming to the same point, humility in behavior, respect for teachers, parents, elders and senior citizens. I don't have to explain that. Maintain cleanliness at home, school and all other public places. It is very important. Don't expect that others will come and clean after you. Okay, it's very easy to say that your classroom is dirty, the peon has not cleaned it, but you make sure that you do not dirty the place. Don't throw wrappers, etc. everywhere. There is a dustbin, you can put it in the dustbin. And many times I see that girls after they sharpen the pencil and the waste, everything, it's littered on the floor. It's littered on the floor of the classroom. Don't make your classrooms dirty. Not only the classrooms, the corridor, anywhere. No use of offensive or abusive language at home or any other places. Be very clear about it. You are not supposed to use any abusive language. Some of you are very used to, as part of your talk, some of the words come automatically. Okay, don't use such words. You know what I mean. Some words come automatically to you, don't use that. And offer seat to senior citizens while using public transport. That is. Again, please look at these points. Things you should never do in public places. Talking loudly on phone, okay, that is very bad manners. You cannot sing or groom yourself. Like I have seen in train. You cannot comb your hair and groom yourself in the train. It's a public place. It's a public property. Others are traveling. Don't do that. Wearing makeup or yelling at kids, eating food and floors you eat, throwing wrappers, fight on the streets, all these things you cannot do at the public places. Now, let us, okay, girls, please keep quiet. General rules and regulations for college attendance. 75, please listen everyone, 75, please keep quiet girls, 75% attendance is compulsory, 75%. And I say percentage, so that means if there are 100 lectures, you need to compulsorily attend 75 lectures. But your lectures are, you are not going to have 100 lectures. You have most of the subjects, you have 3 lectures per week or 4 lectures per week. So 3 lectures per week means it could be 45 lectures. So 45 lectures, calculate the 75% of it. Okay, how do you calculate 75%? 45 multiplied by 75 divided by 100. Okay, calculate the 75% of that. That is compulsorily you need to have 75% attendance in all the classes. Again, discipline, when it comes to discipline, conduct and behavior, punctuality. Be punctual. You have to be punctual in your class. Your classes, all of you have your classes starting at 8:30, isn't it? So you have to reach the college at 8:30. You cannot be late. And another thing, girls, no ragging. No ragging is allowed in the class. So right now you are juniors. So if you face any ragging from your seniors, you can report it. And when you reach the when you become seniors, you are not supposed to use any kind of ragging on your juniors. Next point, girls, no mobile in the classroom. In the classroom, put your mobiles in the bag. Okay, when you are in the classroom, you are supposed to put your mobiles in the bag, and the rule is that, the rule of the college is that you are not allowed to talk in the corridors, etc., on mobile during college hours. If you want to talk, you must go outside the college premise. You have to go to the garden and talk. And in your class, if you are caught using mobile, the teacher can charge a fine of 500 rupees. Okay, so if anybody sees you using mobiles where you are not supposed to use, whether it is a classroom or suppose some event where you are not allowed to use mobile, the college can charge a fine of 500 rupees. Please note that point. And no littering. English is the language of communications. Look at the next point, girls. Your medium of instruction is English. So English is the language of communication. So I understand that some students are coming from vernacular medium. Your teachers will help you with your subjects, but please make sure that you learn to speak English by the time you complete the course, because that is essential for your career success. That is essential for your career success. You are living in a metropolitan city. So when you take up a job, it is essential that you have to have good communication skills. So please speak in English, and even if you make mistake, please speak in English. And I have, girls, please keep quiet. And I have seen that some girls who take so much effort over my years, I have seen that. I have seen girls sitting with dictionary. Earlier they used to come with dictionary. Now you have it on your mobile. So when you do not understand a word that the teacher explains, at that time please write it down and learn it. So another thing is that read instructions, oral notice board or emails. Girls, this is a very important point. Every time, nobody is going to come to your class and give you the instruction. Instructions will be written on the notice board. down notice board. It will be written on many boards. It will be written instruction, and please read those instruction. One point that I want to stress you is that suppose you have to pay an examination fee. Now you are in the first year, so your examination fee is paid along with your semester fee. But suppose you fail in semester 1 some exams, okay, please listen carefully. Suppose you fail in the semester exam, and second semester you will have to give a re-exam of that subject, and at that time you will have to pay re-exam fees, okay. So it is your duty to find out from the office when you have to pay the re-exam fees. That re-exam will be along with your second semester exam. So most of the time it will be written on the notice board downstairs. Okay, so that this is the date, and so you have to pay the re-exam fees date before that, because many times we come across some such cases. Students don't read the notice board and they don't get to know. Okay, so please read the instructions on the notice board. Now, contribution to initiatives, whatever programs are being conducted by the college, you have to take part actively in those programs. Like tomorrow is going to be Independence Day celebration. Participation in intercollegiate programs, if there is any, you need to participate in that. Then some other rules. Participation in outstation programs or study tour. As you go ahead, I don't know each department conduct their study tour, etc. outstation programs. It is department wise, not college wise. So your department will inform you about any study tour or anything that happens. So you have to take permission from your parents, and if it is a study tour, some of the things you will have to compulsorily attend. And it's not only study tours, sometimes it could be camps. These are ophthalmic students. Ophthalmic students, as you go ahead, you will have many eye camps, etc., where you will have to take part. So, and these are compulsory activities. So you cannot say that your parents don't allow you. You will have to take permission from your parents. Safe custody of their valuables. Girls, one problem that we face in this college is that, like, you have to move from one classroom to another. For classes, you will have to move from one classroom to another, and for labs, you have to move from one lab to another. So at such times, please take care of your belongings. Please take care of your important things, your money, your mobile, etc. Carry it with you always, okay? And please make sure that your books are kept safely. If your entire class is going out somewhere, then you can lock your class if you are sure you are going back, you are coming back to that class. Otherwise, carry the bike with you. So it is your responsibility to take care of your things. The college is not responsible for your personal things. So next is decency and decorum during cultural events. You will have cultural events later on where you will have to take part. So at that time, you will have to maintain proper decorum. Laptop or computers are to be used for academic purpose only during college hours. You cannot watch movie on laptop during college hours. Okay, it can be used only for academic purpose. College is a no smoking, alcohol free zone. No smoking, no alcohol in the college premises. ID card must in campus. You have not got your ID card so far, but you will get your ID card. So you have to carry your ID card with you always. It has to be there with you anytime if you are asked. You must be thinking why ID card is so important. It is very important. I'll tell you one thing that happened some time back. See, except your teachers, other teachers won't recognize you. Only your department teachers, only the teachers that teach you will know who you are. Others do not know you. So, if an outsider comes, sometimes it has happened previously that outside someone comes and steal from the bikes of ground floor, whoever was, it was taken from the teachers' bikes, money, etc. were stolen. And when they caught, that person was an outsider. That lady was an outsider. So the security thought that is a student. So after that, anytime the security can ask you for your ID card. So carry your ID card with you always. No organizing or attending meetings in the college, distributing notices, collecting money, and exhibiting banners, flags, posters, etc. Like all your personal activities. At home, you could be part of some clubs, some organization, some communities, etc. Some community welfare programs or whatever it is. But in the college, none of these activities are allowed. You cannot collect money, you cannot distribute pamphlets or leaflets or any activity related to your personal organizations or clubs. No political or organizational activities. No political activities in this college. No immoral, antisocial, communal and anti-national activities. Okay, be very clear about it. No immoral, antisocial activities, no antisocial activities, no communal and no anti-national activities are permitted in college. The principal shall be the final authority in the interpretation of the college rules. It is up to the discretion of the principal. Matters not covered by these rules are left to the discretion of the principal and his decision shall be final. Okay, now come to the classroom do's. Come to class on time. Okay, be punctual for every class. Always be prepared. Means you have to study and come for the class. You will have to study what was taught in the previous class. Some of you I will be teaching. So you have to come prepared to the class. Listen to the teachers. Be clean at all times. Girls, that is very important. You are sitting in a classroom very close to each other. So maintain personal hygiene and cleanliness. Clean your classroom. It is make sure that your classroom is also clean. Okay, one thing is that don't litter the classroom, and if you see that your classroom is dirty, make sure, inform, there is a peon attached to your classroom. Each classroom charge, cleaning the classroom, charge is given to one peon from your department. Find out who it is given. Okay, find out whose duty it is and inform that peon to, you can go and tell that peon to clean your classroom. Be honest and respectful. I had told you this earlier. Make eye contact. Make eye contact with the teachers. You must talk, look at the teachers on the face and talk to the teacher. Use polite words. Again, I am telling you girls, it is very important to use polite words. Please excuse me, sorry. See, when you girls are talking to us also, we will immediately notice someone with good manners. We will immediately notice someone with good manners. Now, please don't think that it is someone who is stylishly dressed or someone who is beautiful looking or someone who is wealthy. That is the person who is liked by everyone. No. the first thing that catches attention of others is someone with good manners. Okay, so please give importance to that part. Again, I'm coming back to the same point, respect others. You are sharing your, please girls, please keep quiet. You are sharing your classroom with a few other individuals who are just essentially as important as you. Don't try to cause others to feel humiliated. Some people think that they are very important. What do you call that person? Someone, okay. There is one more word you can use. There are some narcissist people, isn't it? Someone who thinks only about themselves, and someone who feels that they are so important. Everyone else is as important as you. So everyone else's need is as important as your needs. So show respect to that. Again, next point, be polite. Please, can you read the next sentence? If you feel like sneezing, please look at that point. If you feel like sneezing, if you are getting hiccups or coughing, don't do it on another student. Okay? Don't sneeze or cough on another person. You turn your face, cover your face, and sneeze it. Turn away and utilize a tissue or a handkerchief and say, excuse me. Say, excuse me. Have you heard me, girls? Everyone? When you have to cough or sneeze at that time, don't do it on another's face. Turn your face and say, excuse me. Say thank you when someone else does something decent. Okay? Say thank you when someone else does something decent. Learn to say thank you. It is very important. Use appropriate language. Don't use any foul language. Look at the next one. Keep supplies stocked. Keep essential items like pen, pencil, etc. and other supplies in your work area, so you will have one when you want it. Don't turn into a constant borrower. I told you this point earlier. If someone needs help, if someone needs help, you have to help that person, but don't constantly borrow from others. Again, next point is listen to the teachers. Girls, keep quiet. Be hygienic and take care of your health. It is very important, girls. Many of you are traveling from very far places. How many of you are traveling from Virar side? Okay. How many of you are traveling from Kalyan, Dombivli, Ambernath? And how many from Navi Mumbai? So there are many girls who travel from very far, and I told you attendance is compulsory, and also if you miss any class, you are going to miss what is being taught in that day. So you cannot afford to miss the classes, and if you want to attend all the classes, then you have to be healthy. So you have to take care of your food habits. Eat your food. How many of you had breakfast today? Is there anyone who didn't have breakfast? So, why you didn't have breakfast? Late, okay. So make sure that you eat your breakfast every day and bring your tiffin and eat your lunch. Take care of your health. Okay. Next, girls, complete assignments on time. Be honest and respectful. Be honest. Very, very important, girls. You have to be honest in whatever you do. Honesty is a very important virtue, and people can understand whether you are honest or not. Always make notes, clarify doubts, and look for help. If you have any doubts in the class, the teacher will explain to you. If you ask, please clarify your doubts. Okay, now next is, please look at the slide, girls. Classroom don'ts for students. What you are not supposed to do. Girls, everyone listen here. Do not come to class late. Here someone who is coming late. Huh? Okay. You can come via the bike side and sit, or you can go this way and go via the side. Okay, please listen here, girls. See, look at the next point. That's what you are doing now. Don't talk while your professor is lecturing or when other students are called on to speak. Don't talk. Okay. Don't use your phone in classroom. I told you this already. Don't bully others. There are always some bullies in class, some class. Not every class, in some class. There are always some bullies in some class. Identify and change your behavior. Do not steal. Girls, whether you like it or not, we have come across many cases where things were stolen by their classmates. So, one thing is that take care of your property, take care of your money, mobile, etc. And second thing is that do not steal, and if you are caught, you will have to pay a big price. So, don't steal. Do not use abusive words. Do not gossip or bite others. That's a very interesting part, gossiping, isn't it? Gossiping, is it interesting, girls? Yes or no? Who said yes? So, you have heard of Socrates? Have you heard of Socrates? Socrates was a Greek philosopher. You have not heard? Nobody has heard of Socrates? Socrates was a Greek philosopher, great Greek philosopher who lived around 400 BC, 400 years before Christ. So Aristotle and Plato were his disciples. Yes, you are from which department? BVOC is, for BVOC it is online. Please find out. Okay, now those who are sitting, sit here. Those who are sitting, sit here. It depends on the department. It depends on the department. I do not know. That's what. Now you can come and sit here. Please come and sit here. Or otherwise you can sit for the next session. Okay? Please listen, girls. Either please move out then. Please move out. Okay? So Socrates was a great Greek philosopher. Girls, please listen, everyone. So one day, one of Socrates' disciples came to Socrates and told him, I want to tell you something about your friend. I came to know something about your friend. I want to tell you that. So Socrates asked him, okay, before you tell me, let me ask you 3 things. Everyone please listen carefully. So Socrates asked him, whatever you are going to tell, are you sure it is true? Are you sure it is true? Whatever you are going to tell, are you sure it is 100% correct? So this disciple said, I'm not sure whether it is true. Then Socrates said, okay, let me go to the next filter. Whatever you are going to tell, is it something good? Are you telling some good thing about my friend? And this disciple said, no, it is definitely not a good thing. Then Socrates said, let us use the third filter. Whatever you are going to tell, is it useful to me? So he said, no, it's not useful to you. So then Socrates said, you are going to say that whatever you are going to tell me is neither truthful nor good or useful to me. Then why tell? So these three are known as three filters of Socrates. So whenever you have the urge to gossip, please go through these three filters. Check whether it is true. What is the first filter? Truthfulness. Check whether it is true. Check whether it is good. Is it a good thing? Check whether it is helpful. So whatever you want to say, take it through these three filters. If it doesn't pass through these three filters, then don't say it. Okay? That is known as the three filters of Socrates. Please practice it. Please practice it in your life. Okay? So that is, do not gossip or backbite. Don't use chewing gum in the classroom. I have come across this many times. You are not allowed to use chewing gum in the classroom. Do not sleep in the class. Do you sleep? How many are already sleeping? It is early in the morning. First one, you are not sleeping. Let us see by afternoon what is the situation. Don't be afraid to ask your professor about any questions you may have. Again, do not hate others. Okay? Do not hate others unnecessarily. Don't keep hatred towards anyone in the class. Good students don't undermine others so that they seem cool. You are cool if you accommodate the perspectives of others and try not to look down upon them. Don't look down on anyone. Don't bring food or bite gum in the classroom while the class is going on. During the lecture, don't eat your food. You are given a recess time, you eat only during the recess time. Another thing that we come across is that you do not eat breakfast. You are hungry. Come attend one class and you have to go for the next class. But meanwhile, you run to the canteen to eat food. And then you come late for the next class. Don't do that. You eat your breakfast from home and come here. So that next food you can eat during your recess. In between the classes, don't run to the classroom. Don't shout unnecessarily. Sometimes I see that in my corridor. From one end of the corridor, they want to call their friend who is standing at the other end and shout, calling their name and giving instructions. Don't do that. Don't disrupt college guidelines using electronic gadgets without permission. That is in your classroom. Don't use any gadget, whether it is mobile or laptop or your tab, any electronic gadget. Don't use it without your teacher's permission. Then again, during examination, reach early. If your exam is at 9:30, then make sure that you reach, exams we do not keep at 8:30, okay? Generally exams, theory papers, or practical sometimes it could be at, if it is batch wise, it could be at 8:30, but theory papers we don't keep it at 8:30, it's generally start from 9:30 onwards. So reach half an hour at least early to the college and 10 minutes before to the classroom, so that you get some time to sit quietly 10 minutes without doing anything and prepare mentally to write the exam. So reach early, bring your ID card and hall ticket to the examination hall. Leave all material like slips of papers, mobiles, digital diaries, study material, revision notes, etc. outside the hall. Which I don't have to tell you, in school also you had to follow that, but every time we catch someone or the other copying, and if you are caught copying, you are not allowed to write the exam. It depends on the examination rule. You will be debarred from writing examination, sometimes for one exam or sometimes for more attempts. So don't copy. I'm telling you already because later on you shouldn't say that we never heard these rules. Ensure you will sit only on your assigned seat in the examination hall as per sitting plan. And ensure you bring everything such as admit card, identification and stationery items such as pen, pencil, etc. So don't arrive late in the examination hall. Do not attempt to copy or take or give help. It's not only copying and bringing papers. You are not supposed to tell each other answers. You are not supposed to talk during the exam. Do not talk to other students or borrow anything. That is one thing that is very common during the exams. And my students, I tell them not to borrow calculators. Bring your own calculator and your pen, pencil, etc. Whatever you need, you bring your own stationery items. Do not seek clarification or ask question from each other during examination. If you have any clarification, if you need any clarification, ask the exam supervisor or the teacher, whoever is present in the class. Do not leave the examination hall before half time has elapsed. Do not display or show answer sheets to anybody else, which is many times we have seen it. Exchange of calculators during exams is not allowed. Students must carry their own calculator if required. And so we have covered all the points that you need to know, all the rules and regulations and good behavior that you have to follow in college or in classroom. And what are the benefits of this good behavior? Improved learning experience. You will definitely be a better student. You will definitely learn better. Positive relationships with teachers and classmates. I had started the session with this. Every time that you come to a new place and a new classroom, many students, they say that they're finding it difficult to make friends. So if you have so this is one aspect that you have to take note. How about your behavior? Maybe your behavior, your manners is what is putting other people off. So take care of your manners or behavior. And it will help you in enhanced academic performance. Your grades will improve. You will develop essential life skills. And students learn self-control, time management, effective communication, and teamwork. Teamwork is, girls, very important. You are in a college, there are many things you will have to do together. You will be in a team doing your practicals or assignments or projects or your internship. So you have to work in a team. Please don't say that I don't like this one, that one, so I cannot work in that team. Please change my team. You have to learn to work with everyone. Whichever group is assigned to you, you should be able to do that. So, in conclusion, adhering to the do's and don'ts in classroom for students is crucial for your success. And why we are having these rules and regulation? It is for your success. By respecting the teacher and classmates, actively participating and listening attentively, completing assignments on time, and following classroom rules, students create a positive learning environment. You have to create a positive learning environment, and it is up to you. Conversely, avoid disruptive behavior, talking out of turn, bullying, cheating, and being unprepared. Contribute to productive and a respectful classroom atmosphere. Embracing good classroom behavior not only upgrades academic performance but also cultivates essential skills. So remember, this is what I started with. Good manners are just a way of showing other people that we have respect for them. How did I start this session with? Respect others. So you have to respect each and every one of your classmates. And this respect you have to show not only in your classroom, at home also. Sometimes you have to respect even a small child also. That child will also understand. When you show respect to that child will also understand. So these are the essential rules that you have to follow in a classroom. So thank you for listening attentively. Okay. I'll be teaching some of the departments. I teach mathematics. And my name is Mrs. Nancy Anthony. Yes.
Is Rajesh. I am a centralized faculty here and I specialize in communication skills, जो कि English है, but then we call this subject here communication skills, and you will have, no matter whichever department, you will be having this subject being taught in first and second semester, third semester, fourth semester. There will be department where it will be taught till the last semester, right? So what is communication skills? Why do we call it communication skills? Any answer? Any answer is a right answer for me. There's no right and wrong answer. Okay. Now why we call it communication skills? Because it involves reading, writing, listening and speaking. That's the only way you can learn a language. But I'm giving a slight twist to my session today. Instead of teaching you communication skills, which will be taught to you over a period of time, I am trying to get into a very fine nerve into it, which is human values. So I'm going to talk on human values in communication. Now, we all know this story. What is the story? It's a story of a rabbit and a tortoise. What happens? What happens in the story? So very quickly, there was a rabbit and a tortoise. We all know the rabbit is a very swift animal, right? Walks and runs very fast. Tortoise takes his or her own time to move around, right? So what happens? One day, both of them meet, and the tortoise, being a little arrogant, says, okay, let's have a race. Okay, hum bhagenge, and whoever reaches the destination first is going to be the winner, right? अब tortoise को समझ में आ गया कि क्या है behind these words. But any whichever way, he said, okay, fine. So the race starts. Both of them moves. The tortoise runs fast, and the rabbit moves fast. The tortoise moves as per his pace. Ultimately, at the finishing end, the rabbit reaches faster and he wins the race. So we know the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story? Very good. Slow and steady wins the rest. Now, let's see what happens. I'm going to give a twist to the story. Right? What is the next story? अब हुआ यूं कि tortoise भैया गुस्सा हो गए, very upset. How could I do this? Right? I'm a fast animal. How can I lose to a slow tortoise? Right? So then he meets the tortoise and says, one more race. Let's be very fair. Right? So the next time, what happens? The tortoise runs faster. In the previous game, the rabbit runs faster. In the previous game, the rabbit, was not very fast, right? So what happens? The rabbit runs faster and definitely he wins the race. Okay? In the first story, what happens? Who wins the race? The tortoise, because the tortoise was going in its own space and the rabbit in between fell lazy, took a rest and slipped off, right? So in the second rest, the rabbit wins the race, right? Now, next, what happens? There is no end to these kind of strategies, right? ऐसे कुछ अदल बदल के तो होता रहेगा, right? So then what happens? The story remains the same. Both of the rabbit and the tortoise by this time becomes friends, right? मिलते जुलते थोड़ा सा friendship हो गया. Then they said, let's have another race. And in this race, what will happen? Same starting point, but a different ending point, right? Beginning में क्या करेंगे? Since the rabbit is a very swift animal, very fast animal, the rabbit is going to take the tortoise on his back and run. तो एक ही टाइम पे डेस्टिनेशन पहुंच जाएंगे. And the next time what happens is the tortoise, it's water. Next phase is water, right? So the tortoise will get into water, will keep the rabbit on his back, and that's how he will run. He will swim. So again, what happens is, if you are working in unity, the destination is not very far. अच्छा, ये story का extension किस किसने सुना और किस किस को मालूम था? Anyone? No? Okay. This is a very good example of leadership story, right? So you take a decision, you take a call, but this is also all about communication. How are you communicating, right? So this is what I wanted to. So tell me, what did you learn? One thing that you have learned. Yeah? Teamwork. Yes. Teamwork is something that we have learned. But how do you engage yourself in teamwork? Only if you coordinate, only if you collaborate, only if you communicate. बातचीत करोगे तो ही होगा, right? तो ही you can plan out things, right? So this is what we learn. Now actually it is human values and communication, but I felt it is more to deal with how we can imbibe human values in communication. हम तो बातचीत करते रहते हैं, हम communicate करते रहते हैं, right? And in our life we say, oh, he or she is very nice person. He or she, no, not approachable, very arrogant, very rude, always angry, right? है ऐसा friends and family में लोग जो एंग्री होते हैं, जो रूड होते हैं, ऐसा भी फैमिली में लोग हैं जो अच्छे होता है, काइंड होते हैं, right? So again, this is all about human values in communication. Now what is communication? It is nothing but a process where we send a message and the receiver receives the message. In simplest word, it's a two-way communication process where we send a message and the receiver receives it, right? But the thing is, who says, what he says, to whom, and what is the impact? ये पूरा circle है. Communication is a circular process. It's not a linear process. ठीक है? Now, what are the values? I said I'm talking about human values in communication. Now, what are the values that I'm going to focus on today are right conduct, peace, truth, love, cooperation, honesty, trust, non-violence, and wisdom. Can you see it? Can you just shift here? You can see it? See the display? Otherwise, please go and sit there. On my screen? Okay, fine. Now, there is a I don't know whether we will be having an Jignesh internet. Okay, I am going to show a very short clipping. I have taken it from YouTube and I am not using it for personal use. I am just using it for educational use. Probably you all have seen this story, right? देखा है? With this small clipping. So how is PVP treating you? You are feeling good coming to this college? Yeah? It's 100+ year-old university, Sndtwu Women's University, right? And this college was started in 1976. I'm sure तुम लोग पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे तभी, right? Okay. So I'll run this story. I'm not very sure about the audio output. Oh, good. This man walks on the road, sees a dry plant, right? I can reduce the volume. So he gives a part of his food to the dog, right? And he sees someone sitting or begging, so he gives money. And this guy is like, kya hi kar raha hai? On a closed door, he keeps banana for some lady, but he doesn't stay there. He goes away. Okay? Then the next day again, since he has put the pot in the flow of water, this lady is waiting. Now she's angry. She is expecting, kyun nahi aaya ab tak? Okay? Then this girl is very kindly looking at him. Again, this guy is like, kya hi kar raha hai? He still gives money to this little girl. She's really obliged. Exchanging sits, giving sits in the train. Now this lady is wondering, kaun rakh ke jate hai roz kela? But still, he still doesn't have sufficient food for himself. But he continues being a good man. Right? So still he doesn't, nobody knows who's this person. Now this lady is being kind to him. Right? This dog has established a kind of relation with this guy, right? He's following the person wherever he's going. Now, this girl is missing. डर लगता है, right? कुछ हो तो नहीं गया? Then she comes in school uniform. No words. Speechless. Right? Okay. I'm cutting little short so that, have you seen this clipping before? Yeah. What did you feel after watching this clipping? We can be nice to people, right? We don't have to buy an expensive meal to someone. We don't have to donate millions of money to someone, right? Just a little kind gesture in the right communication mode. Now, yahan pe, if you see, this boy has hardly spoken a word. Kuch baat nahi kar rahe. He was quietly doing it. So, in communication, we say silence is the most powerful tool of communication. बिना बात किए आप बहुत कुछ बोल पाते हो, right? And लोगों का आपकी तरफ, like people's opinion about you also changes. So if you see that lady who was pulling the cart, initially she was like a very arrogant, very angry kind of a lady, right? The next day, she was literally angry because she thought, ये लड़का अभी तक आया क्यों नहीं? Right? हम अपना right ये कर देते हैं, right? Then the third day when he comes, he was so happy. In fact, she was putting the cap so that she was trying to see the comfort level. So this is what happens when you are a little generous, a little kind, a little compassionate, right? What we generally expect from others, we expect others to be nice to us, right? Do we always do the same thing? Are we always nice to people? A big question mark, right? Because we are late for college, we have our things to do, right? I didn't get sleep last night properly, so we have all our personal issues. And that's maybe precisely why we fall short in being nice to people or communicate properly with someone, right? So I like this, so can we take it as a takeaway from this session? Okay, now I talked about approximately 9 values in one of the slides, remember? Yes? Okay, so the first value that I talked about was right conduct. Now what is right conduct? It is self-help skills, social skills, ethical skills. I'm not going to read all the words over here, but self-help skills, you can be nice to people, you can be helpful, you can always stand by someone, right? Social skills, your manners, your behaviors, your etiquettes, right? Then your ethical skills is something which talks about you as a person, your upbringing. You are born to a good family, you have attended schools and colleges which is of good standard, right? So this is what shapes our personality. This is what makes us a nice human being, a fine human being, right? So please always remember this. Then comes peace, right? We don't have to release balloons or dove to express our peace. हम वही करते हैं, right? Balloons ये करते हैं, doves को छोड़ देते हैं. But we can have peace, right? We can be peaceful with others. We can be peaceful with ourselves. Don't you think बहुत बार हम अपने ऊपर ही बहुत जुल्म करते हैं? We are very harsh on ourselves many times, right? हम अपने आप को कोसते, अपने आप को गुस्सा करते हैं, right? We try to find faults with us. मेरे ही गलती है, मेरे वजह से ही सब हो रहा है, right? And we get into a shell, right? Or the easy part is putting the blame on someone else. It's because of you. You did this. You triggered my anger. I'm behaving rudely because you are the reason. You started the fight first. Can't we be little peaceful? Trust me, whichever religion that we follow, whichever, the first golden rule is brotherhood, sisterhood, peace, harmony. है ना? And we kind of forget it. Okay. Next come truth. Truth, truth, nothing but the truth. है ना? Okay. So I know it's very difficult हर बार एकदम accurately, ethically, practically to be very true. But हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं, right? कभी हम बोलते बोलते बहुत कुछ बोल के आ जाता है, right? उसमें से 2-4 झूठ भी बोल देते हैं. बोला ही कम करो. Again communication, है ना? बस हमको मौका मिले हम घंटों बातें कर लेते. और टीचर कुछ पूछते हैं तो, है ना? जब घर पे लेट जाते हो फ्रेंड को मिलके बाहर पे पानी पूरी भेलपूरी खा के और मम्मी पूछ रहे लेट क्यों हुआ, तभी चुप होते हैं. Okay, so truth is something you need to be really trying to imbibe little bit. Truth is not only such bolna, being optimist, right? Being sincere is also synonymous to being truth, right? Then comes love. Okay, love has a different language altogether, right? It's not only love that we shower on 14 February. तुझसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ तो मैं तुझे रेड रोज दूंगी. तुझे मैं थोड़ी सी कम प्यार करती हूँ मैं येलो रोज दूंगी. तेरे साथ झगड़ा हुआ था मैं व्हाइट रोज दूंगी. I don't know whether I am very correct in the symbols, but होता है ना, कलर चेंज कर देते हैं, है ना? So love, you can be kind, you can be compassionate, you can listen to someone, you can stand by someone, right? मैं हूँ तेरे साथ. Trust me girls, काफी है, right? There will be people who will be do many things for you, but in the long run, if someone can stand by you, stand with you, be with you, is the person who really love you, right? So that's all about love. Cooperation. मैंने शुरू ही किया leadership का story से, right? Leadership is going to work only if you cooperate, coordinate, collaborate, right? So cooperation is something very important. Now you have come to a new college. You will make new friends, right? Your old friends have gone to some other college. You will hardly meet them now, right? So you need to be nice to your classmates. You need to be together, right? If someone is absent, you should be the one who should go. अच्छा क्या हुआ था कल? कल मिस ने ये करवाया था. Shall I share the notes with you? We are in the digital era. We don't have to write someone notes. We can share it. एक pic भेज दो, right? One of our friend has not come to college. Just make a call and find out, kya hua? Why didn't you come today? Is everything okay in your house? Right? These are nothing but cooperation. Right? Tomorrow class maybe you will get different level of students, different level of your friends now. Right? So how do we deal with everyone? सबको एक साथ लेके जाना है, right? पढ़ाई में, now there will be lot of cultural activities in the college, वहाँ पे, then next, beginning of next academic year, next year, 2026, we will have sports weeks, वहाँ पे. So wherever we are, we should be together, right? We should be like, यहाँ पे कहाँ, कौन सा diploma students है? Ophthalmic? I can see some of my DAS girls and which department? Ophthalmic, I said. DAS? Food tech. Okay. So obviously it is like food tech ka bonding, ophthalmic ka bonding, right? Administration services ka bonding. But ek kadam aage, PV Polytechnic. We belong to PV Polytechnic, right? That bonding. Uski ek step aage chale jao. We are from Sndtwu Women's University, right? 100-year-old plus university. First women's university in Asia, right? That thing, that bonding. अभी फुटेक बन के मत रहना. Ophthalmic DS ऐसे बन के मत बनना. Because ultimately it's PV Polytechnic, right? So that is what is your cooperation. Then comes honesty, of course, बचपन से सुन के आए. What is it? Honesty is the best policy, right? Girls, but this is one thing which is going to take you to a long run. You need to be honest. I would say you need to be very honest to yourself. हम लोगों से तो वफादारी निभा लेते हैं, but अपने आप पे थोड़ा सा we are being little harsh on ourselves, right? You know, हम बहुत बार बोलते हैं, पता नहीं, why not? Find out, be honest. If you are very clear about क्या चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, तुम्हें आगे क्या करना है, then the next step is going to be easy. And be very honest. Agar, if you ask me, I am a language teacher. I'm good, I'm pretty good in my language skills. But if you ask me, my mathematics skills are zero. Worse than yours. I'm being very honest about it. Very honest about it. है ना? नहीं, मतलब कुछ चीजें नहीं हो पाता है. Right? I tried, I did. स्कूल में मैंने बहुत प्रैक्टिस किया. Maths is one thing is good. If you practice, you get marks. तो मुझे marks अच्छा मिला था. But if you ask me, no, I am not very good in maths. Right? But अगर मुझे अभी ज़रूरत पड़ेगा कि नहीं मैथ्स में मेरा सब्जेक्ट के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, तब मैं उस नहीं बोल पा नहीं I should not be telling that I can't do maths. Then I'll have to put in effort, learn maths because it is required. ठीक है? That is honesty. Good faith, again honesty. Trust, right? भरोसा. Please, once you break trust, you will not be trusted again. Trust me on this. बहुत fragile चीज है. एक बार टूट गया तो टूट गया. आगे तुमको भरोसा करने के लिए I'll be little doubtful. Shall I? Okay, I'm giving her a chance. Right? So trust is something which is again very important. Non-violence, किसने सिखाया हमको? गांधी जी ने, है ना? Non-violence. सिखाए. We used non-violence to gain our independence. Tomorrow we are celebrating our Independence Day, right? So, you know, इतना बड़ा एक war, एक issue, right? Only through non-violence solve हो गया, right? So, non-violence is a very powerful tool of communication. Right. Because if you are non-violent, if you are not aggressive, then you will be able to reason out properly. I'll give you a small example. हमको सबको गुस्सा आता है, कोई कोई मोमेंट पे तो हमको गुस्सा आता है, राइट? और गुस्सा में अगर तुम डिसीजन लोगे, ऑल्टरनेटिवली द अदर ऑप्शन इज गुस्सा थोड़ा सा कम हो गया, तुमने कंट्रोल कर लिया, उसके बाद डिसीजन लोगे, कौन सा डिसीजन फेयर होगा? गुस्सा वाला कि कूल माइंड वाला? कूल माइंड वाला. व्हाई? Because with a cool mind you can decide better, you can judge better, you can evaluate better, you can think better, है ना? So non-violence is something which is very important. Again there are two categories, one is psychological, the other is social, right? We are psychologically also conditioned in many situations, also and socially also we are conditioned in many situations so far as non-violence is concerned, right? और बहुत बार riot हो जाता है, हंगामा हो जाता है, आपस का दुश्मनी कुछ नहीं होता है, बस we flow with a group, है ना? So that becomes social, psychological, कभी we have it in our mind, right? ये तो हमेशा मेरे साथ गलती करते हैं, इसके next time तो I will not be nice to this person, I'm not going to agree to what he or she says, I'm going to give back. ऐसा situation होता ही नहीं, but it's there in our mind, right? So that's one thing. Then comes wisdom, right? How are you going to get your wisdom? Through education, right? It can be classroom education, it can be education in the social media, in the digital platform, through some skills, right? So whatever you do, you over a period of time you get experience, and once you are experienced your knowledge level goes up, right? So that is what is wisdom. Now this again is a beautiful story. I love to tell stories. Lunch break, the tiffin box is empty. He goes, पानी पी लेते हैं, भूख मिटा लेते हैं. He comes back. He finds the tiffin little heavy. Opens it. There are fruits, there are sandwiches, there are finger chips. I'm cutting the videos little short, right? You saw the clipping? So क्या हुआ? ये situation पे हुआ क्या? जादू की छड़ी, टिफिन बॉक्स फुल हो गया, वो भी अच्छी अच्छी चीजों से, नॉट करेला का सब्जी एंड गेहूं का चपाती, है ना, सैंडविचेस, फिंगर चिप्स एंड फ्रूट्स एंड स्वीट्स. किसने डाला? Classmates. So it is classmates, again compassionate, cooperation, non-violence. वो भी तो कर सकते ना, बच्चे मजाक उड़ा सकते थे, ये देखो देखो मम्मी ने कुछ नहीं दिया टिफिन में, बोल सकते थे, right? They are being nice. So when you went out to have water, सबने अपने टिफिन से थोड़ा थोड़ा लाके और अपने टिफिन अपने जगह पे जाके आराम से खाना खा रहे जैसे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. So when this guy opens the tiffin, he gets to see कोई वही सैंडविच खा रहे, वही फ्रूट्स खा रहे, वही फिंगर चिप्स खा रहे. What better example can be? A classroom example. And again, communication is in which mode? Silent mode. किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला, पूछा नहीं, तूने टिफिन लाया नहीं क्या आज? बिल्कुल नहीं पूछा. Okay, I don't know तुमको ये महसूस होता है कि नहीं, but I'm always proud being a girl. I'm always proud being a daughter, a sister, a wife, right, a mother. Okay, pata nahi, I really feel very good about being a girl, right? I'm not trying to look down upon men. Of course, without man we do not exist. You know, it's always it works in the harmony, right? उनका अलग रोल है, हमारा अलग रोल है. But मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. I'm very thankful to God that I am being born as a girl, because मुझे ये लगता है as a girl you are already a refined version of human being. तुमको भगवान ने ना बहुत फुर्सत से बनाया और कूट कूट के अच्छे क्वालिटी दिए, right? Whoever you pray, could be your Allah, Jesus or भगवान, whoever, तुमको अच्छे से बनाए, right? तो तुमको बहुत सारा चीजें सीखना ही नहीं है, बने बने आए हो, right? So how many of you agree that you are happy being a girl? Raise your hands. Wow, I'm happy. You all are happy being a girl, right? Okay. So we are on the same page on this. Now, दो चीज सुना होगा, sympathy and empathy. हम बचपन से यही सुन रहे हैं कि हाँ, we should be sympathetic to others. हमको थोड़ा दया करना चाहिए, right? But I would say instead of being sympathetic, you should be empathetic. What is the difference? You know, बचपन में मुझे एक चीज से बहुत गुस्सा आता था. You know, कोई भी अगर मुझे बोले बिचारी क्या ही कर पाएगी, why बिचारी? I am not बिचारी. I may be दुखी, I may be गुस्सा वाली, but I am definitely not bichari. Don't shower your pity on me. Love me, train me, speak to me, right? So if I do not expect someone to tell me bichari, should I call someone bichari? No, I should not, right? You're not bichari, right? ठीक है, कोई कोई मोमेंट आ जाता है, हम थोड़ा हमारा ग्राफ नीचे चले जाते हैं, but trust me, we will rise up. ठीक है? So sympathy means understanding another's suffering. बहुत फाइन लाइन है दोनों में. तुम किसी की दुख समझ रहे हो, right? And what is empathy? You are experiencing that. तुमको महसूस हो रहा है what the person is going through, right? Does it make sense, girls? So should we be empathetic or sympathetic? पक्का? मैं हूँ कॉलेज में, तुम लोगों से एक्सपेक्ट करूंगी ये बिहेवियर, right? Being empathetic. Now, और एक गलती हम बहुत करते हैं, हमको गुस्सा आता हम भड़क जाते हैं, गुस्सा से बोल के आते हैं, फिर घर पे आके रोते रहते हैं, मैंने ज्यादा ही बोल दिया. होता है, हुआ है ऐसा? हाँ, मेरे साथ तुम्हारे एज पे बहुत होते थे. अब थोड़ा सुधर गई, एज ने थोड़ा सा सुधार दिया, पर फिर भी कभी कभी हो जाता है. हम क्या करते हैं, हम रिएक्ट कर देते हैं सिचुएशन को. वेदर वी शुड रिस्पॉन्ड. वन वेरी क्रिटिकल रूल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, अगर कुछ सही बोलने को नहीं जम रहा है तो चुप रहो, बिकॉज यू आर रिएक्टिंग एट दैट मोमेंट. यू शुड रिस्पॉन्ड. Since I see all of you talking, tell me whether you respond or you react. React करते हो कि respond करते हो? दोनों करते हो. Wow, I'll come back to that. But ज़्यादा टाइम हम लोग react कर देते हैं इमोशनल वाला सिचुएशन में. जब गुस्सा आता है, जब हम दुखी आत्मा बन जाते हैं, जब हम ऐसे ही, आजकल तो हम लोग मजाक मजाक में बोल रहे हैं, भगवान उठा ले, मैं जी ही क्यों रही हूँ, है ना? और हाथ पे थोड़ा सा भी कट लग गया तो तब बोलोगे भगवान इसको और ज्यादा कर ले, मुझे उठा ले. नहीं बोलेंगे ना. Okay, so we should not react, we should respond. ठीक है. Next is we should listen, we should not talk. I can see some of you talking, but dear, if you are going to be talking, you are not going to be listening to what I am trying to tell you, right? So you should listen. अब listening में भी दो है, एक hearing, दूसरा listening. Again, communication teacher is going to have a session on that. Syllabus पे mostly होता है. Hearing is something हमको सब कुछ सुनाई देता है because हमारा we have our ears are working fine. We have no problem with our ear. तो हमको सुनाई दे रहा है. When I'm talking to you, I'm also listening. I'm also hearing that tapping noise of the falling water. That is hearing. Airplane. I am hearing. But listening is something which is a conscious effort. So you should listen to someone. हम लोग बातें करते हैं, हम बच्चों हम फ्रेंड को बोला सुनना मेरी बात, right? You should listen. Think, don't assume. हम बहुत बार ना assume कर लेते हैं. मुझे पक्का मालूम है आज ऐसे ही होने वाला है. पता नहीं, मुझे लग रहा है आज मैम मेरे ऊपर भड़कने वाली है. तो पहले ही तुम assume कर लेते हो. Why? तुमने तो कुछ किया नहीं. Right? So very important is responding, listening and thinking. ठीक है? Not reacting, talking and assuming. हमारा सबसे बड़ा दिक्कत ये है कि हमको ना बोलना नहीं आता है. You agree with me? पता नहीं मुंह से क्यों हाँ निकल जाते हैं. एक शाम को मेरे साथ शॉपिंग जाएगी, हाँ. और मालूम पड़ा तुमने प्रोजेक्ट का तो काम ही नहीं किया और कल डेडलाइन है, तो उसके साथ शॉपिंग चले जाओगे, फिर पूरा रात उठ के अपना काम खत्म करोगे. सो बेसिकली एज ए वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम्पल, बट वी रियली डू नॉट नो हाउ टू से नो. हमको ऐसा लगता है हम अगर ना बोल देंगे तो लोग हमसे नाराज हो जाएंगे. नो, व्हाई? प्लीज गर्ल्स लर्न टू से नो. Right? I'm going to read this. Say no if you don't want to do it. But तरीका है, हाँ, ऐसा मत मुंह पे मत बोल के आ जाओ. हाँ, not this. Very bad, right? So you have to justify. The other person should feel convinced why you are saying no, right? If you are already overscheduled, तुम्हारे already बहुत सारा काम है, फिर भी हम दूसरे का काम ले लेते, right? Then if you don't have time, you yourself are falling short of time. You don't have time. So then don't say yes. If it doesn't fit into your values, तुमको ये बात पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, you don't agree to what the other person is saying, then don't say. Yeah? If you feel forced to say yes, तुमसे अगर जबरदस्ती कोई yes बुलवा रहे हैं, please don't say yes, right? If it makes you uncomfortable, if you are not very happy about doing that, saying yes, don't say yes. If it makes you unhappy, है ना? So इस पे और ज़्यादा conditions and situations होगा. I just try to jot down few. So can you relate? इसमें से कुछ ना कुछ point definitely है तुम्हारे life में, situation हुआ है जहाँ पे तुमने yes बोला है, ना no नहीं बोल पाए, right? So कैसे बोलना चाहिए? How can you say no? You can simply say, yeah, I really want to go out with you. I would have loved to spend time with you. But I'm so sorry, मेरा कल deadline है. मुझे आज कैसे भी करके करना है. Can you please reschedule it? तो कल जा सकती है, मैं कब पक्का आऊँगी तेरे साथ. Right? So सामने वाले को भी लगा कि तुमने उसको कोई बहाना बना के ना नहीं बोल रहे हो. You have a genuine reason why you want to say no. और कभी it doesn't fit into our schedule, या हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता है वो काम करके तो ना बोलो, right? So, but then this is how you need to put it. Very important, girls, this is one thing I would really insist. You have to learn to say no. Very important in life. इसी पे हम फंस जाते हैं, right? Then time is the best healer, the best doctor, the best medicine, right? एक बचपन में मुझे किसी ने तो बोला था, हमको सबको बुखार होता है, फीवर सबको हुआ है, राइट? फीवर एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बीमारी है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, फीवर इज नॉट, आई बिलीव science students will be able to justify that. I think fever is not a bimari. Fever is an indication of some infection in your body, right? Yeah. It's a symptom. Very good. It's a symptom, right? But हमको तो, हमारे लिए तो फीवर भाई बीमारी है. बचपन से होते आ रहा है. Trust me, मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा फीवर नहीं होता. फीवर होता है तो मुझे थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है. Because जो आवाज़ जो चेंज होता है, पता नहीं, I enjoy that phase. वो थोड़ा आवाज़ थोड़ा भारी हो जाता है ना, थोड़ा हैवी हो जाता है. I enjoy that phase. Okay, yeah. So, you don't like it, yeah. So, you have fever. You don't go to school. That Corona has taught us, right? Viral fever and all. But fever का ऐसा है, बोलते हैं, you will be recovered if you are suffering from fever in 7 days. If you don't take medicine, you will recover in 1 week if you take medicine. You will recover in 1 week if you take medicine. You will recover in 7 days if you don't take medicine. मतलब क्या? Is the same thing. Time. उतना ही टाइम लेंगे. When we take medicine, हम क्या करते हैं? हम फीवर को क्योर नहीं करते, फीवर को सबसाइड करते, काम डाउन करते. 101 हुआ तो ये ले लो, 102 के ऊपर गया तो ये ले लो. फीवर तो आने ही वाला है वो फेज पे. सो वी आर सप्रेसिंग इट, बिकॉज अगर फीवर बढ़ गया, that is going to cause harm to your body. That can kill you also, right? So what we try to do, we try to control that rising fever. But हम फीवर कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. जितना दिन का वो फेज होता है उतना होता ही है. सो बोलते हैं मेडिसिन लिया तो 1 वीक, मेडिसिन नहीं लिया तो 7 days, राइट? सो टाइम इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बैलेंस्ड माइंड, किसी ने बोला था क्लास में, यहाँ पे बैलेंस्ड होना चाहिए. कभी ये किया है पत्थर के ऊपर पत्थर? आई लव ट्रैवलिंग, आई ट्रैवल अ लॉट, ओके, एंड बेसिकली आई एम ए माउंटेन पर्सन. मुझे माउंटेन जाना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. सो इफ यू गो टू hilly places like हिमाचली places, वहाँ पे बहुत होता है, जगह जगह पे you will see ये पत्थर को बैलेंस करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. you know, ऐसे एक के ऊपर एक डालते जो कभी निकल जाता है, फिर वापस बैलेंस होता है. बट what it teaches is your patience. तुमको अच्छे से एक के ऊपर एक डालना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो टूट जाएगा. You need to figure out कहाँ पे रखने से वो पोजीशन लेगा, otherwise it will fall down, right? So balancing is something you will have to balance your mind also. कभी बहुत गुस्सा आता है या you do not feel good about it, what do? चलो, I'll control my mind now. I'll count from 1 to 10 and 10 back to 1. हम लोग करते हैं कुछ deep breathing करेंगे. I will disconnect my thought. I'll think about something else, right? So this is how you balance your mind. The word impossible, I love this. The word impossible itself says, I am possible, right? अब होगा ऐसे कुछ चीजें impossible, but ठीक है, हम कोशिश तो कर सकते. We can try. राइट? हम बहुत बार क्या करते हैं, एग्जाम के बाद हम रोते हैं, राइट? एग्जाम के पहले अगर इतना सीरियसली हम इफ वी पुट द थॉट अक्रॉस, इतना नहीं होगा, राइट? सो अगेन दिस इज आल्सो वन मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. हम अपने आप से गुस्सा हो रहे हैं. अभी टीचर तो वही पढ़ाते हैं, वही टीचर ने पढ़ाया, कोई स्टूडेंट को फुल मार्क्स मिल गया, तो तुम्हें ही क्यों कम मार्क्स मिला? वही बुक, वही कॉलेज, वही टीचर, वही रिसोर्सेस, राइट? बट गुस्सा हमें अपने आप पे आते हैं, राइट? So that is one thing again is all about communication. Now this is the last story. I hope you are not getting bored. This is one of my favorite stories. So I will run it. This has audio, so you will have to listen to it.
A small town, a local philosophy professor known for his unique teaching methods made a special visit to a primary school. The day of his visit, he arrived at a classroom, an intriguing glint in his eyes, and a large empty glass jar tucked under his arm. This caught the kid's attention instantly. With an air of playful mystery, it was clear this wasn't going to be your usual school day. He placed it on the table in front of everyone, and then, from under the table, he brought out a pile of large stones, each about the size of a fist. Carefully, he began placing these stones into the jar, one by one, until he could fit no more. He turned to the class and asked, "Is this jar full?" Seeing that no more stones could fit, the students nodded and replied, "Yes." To their surprise, the professor then pulled out a bag of pebbles. He started pouring them into the jar, shaking it slightly. The pebbles, much smaller than the stones, rolled into the open spaces between the stones. Again, he asked the class, "Is this jar full now?" Some of the students started to understand his point and hesitated, but many agreed again. "Yes, now it's full." The professor then produced a bag of sand and started pouring it into the jar. The tiny grains filled all the remaining interstitial spaces between the stones and pebbles. For the third time he asked, "Is the jar full now?" The students, catching on, responded, "Probably not." Lastly, the professor pulled out a jug of water and poured it into the jar, saturating the sand. Only then did he believe that the jar was indeed full. He looked at his students and explained, "I want you to realize that this jar signifies your life. The stones are the important things. Your family, health, and friends. Things that if everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter. Your job, your house, your car. The sand represents the small stuff, the trivial things." He continued, "If you put the sand or the pebbles into the jar first, there's no room for the stones. The same goes for life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, the daily to-dos, and the mundane tasks, you'll never have room for the things that truly matter most. The stones are those things critical to your true essence and happiness. They represent spending quality time with your loved ones, caring for your health, but also pursuing your dreams and passions. If you don't prioritize these, you may find at the end that you've left out the most important parts of your life." He then concluded powerfully, "Make sure you put the stones in first. They are your foundation, your main pillars. They are your family, your health, your dreams. Don't let the pebbles or the sand, the secondary tasks, the routine, the trivialities, take precedence over them. At the end of your journey, it is the stones that will weigh the most in your jar of life, defining its value and meaning. Let your life be driven by the things that enrich your spirit, that fulfill your soul, and that matter the most. The rest is just pebbles and sand." As the professor concluded his speech, a thoughtful student raised her hand and asked, "But professor, what about the water? Where does that fit into our lives?"
Okay. समझ में आया? Did you understand? Okay, it's a story. This professor, he's a philosophy professor. He goes to a school, right? So when he walks into the school, he has a jar nicely hidden under his armpit. एक jar लेके जाते हैं, right? And he greets the children and he puts the jar on the table and बातें करते हैं students के साथ. And then so the students are like, आज क्या सीखेंगे? आज सर क्या experiment करने वाले हैं? Right? So what he did, he quietly takes big stones, बड़ा बड़ा पत्थर निकालते हैं और jar पे he fills the jar with these big stones, right? एक टाइम आया कि जार ऊपर तक आ गया, मतलब stones almost filled हो गया. So he asked the children, "Is this jar filled?" What did the children say? यस, बिकॉज वो जार में पत्थर और नहीं भर सकते हो, सो द जार इज फ्री, राइट? ओके, सो देन व्हाट ही डिड, उसने दूसरा एक पैकेट निकाला जहां पे छोटा पत्थर था, पेबल्स, राइट? एंड ही स्टार्टेड पुटिंग दिस पेबल्स इन द जार. सो बड़ा बड़ा पत्थर था तो बीच बीच में काफी एम्प्टी स्पेस बन जाता है, राइट? सो वहां से वो छोटा छोटा पत्थर जाके, काफी सारा पत्थर जाके वो जार वापस बीम तक आ गया. सो नाउ ही आस्क्ड द चिल्ड्रन, इज द जार फुल? अब स्टूडेंट को भी डाउट हो गया कि अभी हाँ बोले कि ना बोले, राइट? बट स्टिल सम चिल्ड्रन सेड, हाँ नाउ इट इज फुल. सो उन्होंने क्या किया, और एक बैग निकाला जहां पे सैंड था, देयर वाज सैंड इन दैट बैग, एंड ही स्टार्टेड pouring the empty spaces with sand, right? वापस बीम तक फुल हो गया. Then he asked the children, is it full now? So some children said, हाँ अब फुल हो गया, right? Then he takes out water, और पानी डालते, वापस पानी starts percolating down, और पानी ऊपर तक आ गया. So then he asked the children, is the jar filled now? Then the children said, yes, now it is filled, right? So then the professor says, okay, I am going to tell you the symbolic implication of all the things that I am putting. The big stones that he had put is the foundation. Family, friends, your health, right? सबसे important है. No matter how successful you are, your parents have given you the foundation. Your friends were the one who always stood by you, cheered you in your bad times. In your bad times, good times, all the time the friends were there. If you are healthy, then only you can do something in life. So these three things are very, very important in life, right? The big pebbles. What are the small pebbles? छोटा पत्थर का क्या काम था और क्या symbolize करते? Job, your security, your gari, bangla, makan, right? We need all these things to live our life, right? Good food, right? Travel, okay? So these are again the things which are very important in our life, जो हमारा life का एक हिस्सा है, okay? Then sand का implication क्या है? What are sand? हाँ, sand is signifies all the छोटे-छोटे things which brings charm to our life, which brings happiness to our life. Efforts, festivals, right? All these things brings happiness to our life, right? So the children are convinced. They got to know about the big stones, they got to know about the pebbles, and also they got to know about sand. फिर एक लड़की ने पूछा, Sir, what about water? Water भी डाला था ना, पानी डाला था last में. The professor said, water. Water is for एक कप चाय, एक कप कॉफी, है ना, एक ग्लास रूह अफ़ज़ा, एक ग्लास नींबू पानी, राइट? बहुत मजा आता है, राइट? यू नो, जितना खाना खाने में मजा आता है उससे ज्यादा मजा आता है एक कप चाय में, है ना? सो वाटर इज समथिंग दैट binds everything together in our life. Water has no shape. You can give shape to water. So these are your dreams, your aspirations, your hobbies, your likings, right? हम लोग आजकल बहुत affirmation भी करते हैं. We try to think positive, right? So that हम बोलते हैं कि हम लोग हमेशा if you are going to think positive वो हो जाता है, right? बिकॉज क्या होता है, थिंक पॉजिटिव से नहीं होता है, पर तुम जब इफ यू आर गोइंग टू थिंक पॉजिटिव ऑल द टाइम, यू आर गोइंग टू ऑल्सो मेक एन एफर्ट, कोशिश भी करोगे थोड़ा तो हो जाता है. सो now I have spoken a lot, showed you 3 stories, explained you all these 3 things. अब मुझे बोलो मैं कौन हूँ. मैं ये नहीं पूछ रही हूँ मैं कहाँ हूँ, वी नो ना हम, मैं कहाँ हूँ, कौन सा कॉलेज, कॉलेज का नाम क्या है, आई नो इट्स नॉट एसएनडीटी, कॉलेज का नाम क्या है, पीवी पॉलिटेक्निक. एसएनडीटी इज द यूनिवर्सिटी, इट्स द बिगर अम्ब्रेला. हमारा कॉलेज का नाम क्या है, पीवी पॉलिटेक्निक. पीवी पॉलिटेक्निक फुल फॉर्म क्या है, wow, I am impressed, Premlila Vithaldas Polytechnic, right? So who am I? आज मेरा इस सेशन से थोड़ा सा भी कुछ इम्पैक्ट हुआ? Have you tried to think little on a redefined way, little on a refined way? So मैं कौन हूँ? मैं सही में एक अच्छी लड़की हूँ, right? ठीक है, मेरे में थोड़ा सा ड्रॉबैक्स है, बट उसके ऊपर मैं काम कर सकती हूँ. I can communicate with myself, I can communicate with others, and I can bring a smile on my face, on someone else's face. Can we do it? Pakka? Promise? Okay, I want to see all of you smiling. तुम मुझे कहीं पे भी दिख जाओगे ये कॉलेज में, किधर भी मैं घूमती रहती हूँ. So whenever I see you, trust me, we have so many students admitted every year. मैं शायद तुमको पहचान नहीं पाऊंगी, but can you give a smile to me, to all the teachers, to our principal, to all the staff of SNDT? Can we smile? Can we smile at the Mali Kaka when he comes? We take pride in saying हमारा कॉलेज का कैंपस बहुत सुंदर है, गार्डन अच्छा है. Can we smile at them? Yes, we can, right? So that's what we are. Okay. What should I do? मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? मैं बोलूँगी मेरा life, I should now relate it to that jar, right? I should feel with all the emotions, right? And I should do something. When you are admitted to this college, trust me, डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली तुम्हारा पेरेंट्स का एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि तुम लोग क्लास में जब टीचर बात कुछ पढ़ाते हैं ऐसे अपने आप से बात नहीं करोगे. ओके? मम्मी डैडी ने बोला होगा ना, कॉलेज जा रहे हो अच्छे से ध्यान से पढ़ाई करो, कि मम्मी ने ये बोला है कि टीचर जब पढ़ाते रहे तुम दूसरों से बातें करते रहो, ये बोला है. आई कैन सी दीज आर माई डियर्स गर्ल्स. Okay? Yeah. So, what should I do? I should uplift myself. तुम जब आते हो वहाँ पे एक स्ट्रक्चर देखा है, तुमको लगा होगा ये क्या एक स्केलेटन वाला स्ट्रक्चर बना के रखा है. हाँ, सोचा है, right? That is being done by interior design department from the scrap. रद्दी से जो स्क्रैप होता है, जो वेस्ट होता है, उससे बनाया है. दैट इज अ बर्ड एंड द बर्ड टेल्स लेट मी फ्लाई. हम उड़ान भरने के लिए तैयार है. दिस इज व्हाट दिस कॉलेज इज गोइंग टू टीच यू. You will be given all the possible skills, all the possible knowledge. So after 3 years, 2.5 years, 4 years, whatever is the duration of your diploma, 3 years for almost everyone. Electronics ka 4 years hai, and pharmacy, it's not there with us. But other diplomas are 3 years. Trust me on these girls, 3 साल के बाद तुम में इतना empowerment आ जाएगा कि you will be ready to take off. That's what this bird signifies. Okay? Then comes, can I help you? ये हम बोल सकते हैं, right? किसी को हेल्प करना, किसी को मदद करना. We can, right? Can I be of any help to you? Right? बोल सकते हैं? Can we imbibe this in our life now? I have used 3 videos. उसका references है, right? If you want, I can share it with you. This being the last slide, I just want to know what is your takeaway from this session. आज कुछ सीखने को मिला? Sorry, extremely sorry. So हमने सब 3 Idiots movie देखा? सबने देखा, right? है ना? आज कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा, है ना? Trust me, girls, I still believe that ये लाइन में दम है. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. I basically maybe because I am from the field of communication, मुझे बात करना अच्छा लगता है. मुझे स्टोरी टेलिंग बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So मुझे स्टोरी सुनना भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है, स्टोरी बताना भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है, राइट? मुझे ऐसा लगता है हर इंसान that I meet, हर situation that I face, I learn something. I learn from a small child. I learn something from someone who is very senior to me. I learn something from the plants. I learn something from the animals, even though I do not have any pet, right? Yeah, but I learn something. कुछ ना कुछ सिखाते जाते. हर एक situation मुझे कुछ सिखाते जाते. There were times when I felt, oh, ये ना मेरे से ना हो पाएगा. Let me rest my case. But trust me, कुछ ना कुछ solution निकल जाता है और हम आगे चले जाते हैं. Now it's again all up to you whether तुमको communicate करना है या नहीं करना है. Trust me, I have been teaching in this college for the last 22 years, right? 22 years. Yeah, I'm not young. I'm pretty old. Huh? Don't go by my looks. So, मैंने हमेशा ये चीज़ देखा. बच्चे तो बहुत बातें करते हैं. क्लास से निकल जाओ, वो चिड़ियों का घर बन जाता है. इतना चिल्लाते हैं, इतना बातें करते हैं. बट क्लास में तुम पूछो कुछ, तुम थक जाओगे, आंसर नहीं आएगा. देन तुम हिंट दोगे, फिर भी आंसर नहीं आता है. राइट? दिस इज वन, अगेन योर कम्युनिकेशन टीचर इज गोइंग टू कवर इट अप. एक बैरियर है. तुम बोल, यू नो द आंसर, यू कैन आंसर, बट तुम बोलते नहीं हो. या तो तुम डर जाते, या तो तुमको मूड नहीं है, या तो तुमको भूख लगी है, या तो तुम गुस्सा हो, या तो तुम वेट करते हो कोई और बोले. राइट? Girls, don't do it, because all said and done, you will have to communicate. Okay? Verbally, non-verbally, बात बोल के, लिख के, इशारों से, कुछ ना बोल के तुमको communicate करना है. और मेरा बोलना, अगर हम communicate हमको करना ही है, why not through a proper channel? Why not nicely? Why not with some good values? Why not with some good intentions? Why not with some softer note? ताकि वो इंसान को लगे ये बंदा सही है, नेक्स्ट टाइम भी मिलने में मज़ा आएगा. Right? With that note, I conclude my session. If in case you have any question, you can ask me. Else, next time we meet, what are you going to do? You are going to give me a, you are going to give everyone a smile. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope I made a little difference in you. Did I? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.